My darling child, please share this message of hope if you read these lines and feel that they don't apply to you, or if you see someone else's face. May God bless you. I want you to start your day differently. Sometimes you wake up with your mind racing to worries or racing toward distractions, and you quickly find yourself overwhelmed by the responsibilities of life. I want you to pause and thank me first, even if you only say a few simple words of gratitude for breathing, for having a roof over your head, and for the family I have entrusted to you. This puts you in a place of peace and reminds you that time is precious, that you are alive for a reason, and that you still have the chance to right what has gone wrong. My mercy has hung over you for so long that I have seen all of your mistakes and wrongdoings, but I have not abandoned you. I remember the times you disobeyed my commandments, when you thought no one would ever know. Sometimes your sins were hidden in pride, resentment, or jealousy, and other times they seemed obvious, like hurting people or telling lies. All of these things are minor, but they can all be forgiven when you come to me sincerely. Let me release you from the shadows of your past and break the chains of shame so you can move forward with newfound courage. I long for you to turn away from that which injures your spirit and come to me for healing. If you feel my voice calling you through these words, do not put off your response. Instead, seek me today and choose to immerse yourself in my presence daily, trusting that I hear you and that I respond in my perfect timing. Adultery and fornication can harm your physical body and relationships, and lies and calumny can tear at someone's reputation. Pride can isolate you from true community, and discrimination can sow seeds of hatred that have far-reaching effects on your soul and those around you. Although waiting is not always easy, it teaches you to rely on me rather than your own limited comprehension, because my answers will arrive at the exact moment you need them and will go above and beyond your own plans. Come before me honestly and share your problems with someone you can trust and who respects my name, so you don't have to bear your guilt alone. Honest words are frequently the first step toward breaking bonds. Find friends who will pray for you and encourage you rather than bring you down as you do. Your past no longer has to define you by your regrets and shortcomings. My child, you are not beyond redemption. You have seen my faithfulness in previous seasons, and I will continue to demonstrate to you that I am a God of second chances, third chances, and beyond. You have asked me for a sign, some unambiguous confirmation that I am speaking to you. Think of this message as a gift, a whisper that resonates in your soul. I heard your tears, I felt your cry when you asked whether I still cared, and my angelic hosts were set in motion. They have the keys to break your binding so you can experience my liberation even now, as soon as you addressed your cry to me. I want you to keep in mind that as storms rage around you, there is a spiritual dimension where fierce battles are fought for your life. The enemy wants to crush your hope, but my soldiers fight for you. The problems that arise out of the blue are not coincidental. You need to be vigilant. Choosing carefully who you confide in, because not everyone who seems pleasant is reliable. The devil hunts for weaknesses or places where you feel weak or disheartened. He attempts to sow doubt in these weak points, but if you keep your eyes on me, I will make your faith unwavering. Never forget that there is envy in the hearts of those who see my favor resting upon you. They are unable to understand the supernatural plans I have laid out for you. Some will attempt to discredit you, while others whisper behind your back. Do not allow their attempts to demoralize you, even if things are difficult right now. I do not allow my loved ones to remain in the valley of despair forever. You may suffer for a while, but joy will return in the morning. Yes, there are people who have wronged you verbally or physically, but forgiveness is a necessary part of the healing process that awaits your soul. They might eventually come back to you asking for forgiveness, so I want you to let go of any grudges you may have. Holding on to anger or resentment will only make your spirit sick. Show them the same mercy I have shown you innumerable times, but don't place all your faith in human assurances, because I alone possess the ability to grant you eternal blessings and flawless deliverance. If you lose sight of me and place all your hope in flimsy human words, you risk losing the blessings that are meant for you. Instead, choose me and let my love fill your heart. I have shown you the way, and I have given you a reason to believe. If you are wondering how you will overcome, remember that my promises stand forever open. The burdens you are facing now are temporary, they won't linger. The help you have sought is coming. I have already set in motion ways to provide for your needs. My love is proven, even when your human perspective cannot see the end result. Trust me, because I have prepared solutions that you could not have planned on your own. You will soon see how I honor the courage of those who trust in me without wavering, and as you read or hear these words, feel my voice resonating in your heart. I, the Lord, your God, guided every detail. Your mind, body, and spirit will all be healed, and what you thought was lost will be restored. Echo gently reminds you that I am intimately aware of your deepest desires and that I am closer than your breath. Consider a seed sown in the ground. It may appear lifeless for a while, but in an unpredictable moment, it will emerge from the soil and reach for the light. Similarly, the seeds of faith you have sown in tears will eventually bear fruit of happiness and breakthroughs. Some of your dreams that you thought were long dead are about to come to life in vivid color. You may have put them away out of exhaustion, heartbreak, or fear of disappointment, but watch how my Spirit gives them new life. Desperation may have whispered that things will never get better and that your situation is beyond repair, but I am the God of possibilities, the Creator who spoke galaxies into existence, and nothing is too difficult for me. Imagine a shepherd in the dark wilderness looking for a lost sheep because he is unwilling to stop until his beloved animal is safe. That is how I have looked for you, and I have guarded the treasure inside your soul. You felt like giving up was your only option because you didn't have the strength to continue, but I, your loving shepherd, have come to lift you, restore you, and promise you a joy that will surpass your greatest expectations. Yes, you will witness unexpected events. People you thought were gone will return yearning for reconciliation. I have matured your faith through the trials you have faced, and now you stand on the verge of becoming a lighthouse for those who wander in darkness. You will be prepared to lead the broken and injured back toward the light. The doors that once seemed locked will open, the chains you thought were permanent will break, my word. Feats you couldn't dream up on your own, since nothing is impossible with me. Prepare yourself, dear child, the future is bigger than you can imagine. When people who have harmed you approach you and give them another chance, you can rebuild broken family ties and open the door to forgiveness. You will see how I fill your own life with plenty if you offer them kindness rather than resentment. I can provide you with unexpected possibilities, a more fulfilling career, and significant provision. I'll send folks that appreciate your skills and reward your hard work, but keep away from cynicism, lies, and slander. Words have power, and those who use them carelessly hurt not only other people but also themselves. Watch out what you say, and don't fall for idle rumors or false stories. Some people will try to divert you from the harvest I've prepared, but stay focused on the truth I've been telling you for a long time, which will push you to become more intimate and trustworthy with me. It's time to delve further into my word and let your life to depend on me in a sincere faith. Don't base your hope on money or allow resentment to consume you if you lose a material property. Money is ephemeral, but I am the only thing that never changes. Objective is to give you something much more valuable than money. I want my supernatural presence to be known to you. Declare your affection for me and have faith in my abilities. Observe when you decide to fully trust me, you will see how I change your life and your family. Have courage, for wonderful news is coming. Miracles happen when a heart gives itself to me without reservation. Sometimes your mind is filled with doubt and you find your resolve waning, but instead of dwelling on those depressing thoughts, repeat my promises in faith and remind yourself that you can accomplish anything with my strength. Remember the cross where my Son gave himself for your redemption, which is proof that no distance is too great for my love to reach you. Let your chest fill with divine hope, a glowing spark that endures no matter what trials you face. Start each morning at my feet, paying close attention because I want your well-being. Peace in your partnerships if they do not know my love. Do not be resentful and do not respond to their aggression with your own. Instead, rest in the knowledge that I protect you from harm. No force, no matter how threatening, can defeat a soul protected by me. I am a living God, majestic and infinite, not a creation of human imagination. Unity under your roof, a peace that endures, gentle in spirit, ready to forgive, and keep your heart childlike in wonder and trust. See how enemies and so-called friends who make fun of your faith fade in significance. I don't want lies or threats to break your heart. The only thing I ask is that you believe me and remember how much I love you, even in the face of your faults. I am here to protect you from the chains of poverty, the traps of evil, the sting of illness, and the terror of death itself. My plan for you entails letting go of the past, releasing old regrets and attachments that prevent you from moving forward while constantly looking over your shoulder. Focus on what is eternal rather than the transient glitter of this world. Your life has immense value. My love is anchored in grace, not in your flawless performance. You yearn for a second chance, which I voluntarily give you. I remove obstacles in your way so that the path I have ordained can unfold. Keep praying and watch how people's circumstances and even your own character change under my guidance. People may disappoint you, but I will never let you down. The family I have put around you is incredible, and the future I have planned for you is more expansive than you might imagine. You may wonder how I can accomplish something so big, but the truth is that you need my strength and mercy. Unstoppable, and now the time approaches for you to receive the blessings you have long anticipated. Soon the day will come when your financial worries and your inner turmoil are swept away. You will experience a sacred peace accompanied by real abundance. But do not measure abundance solely in material terms. The abundance I give involves your soul's rest, a flourishing sense of purpose, the delight of seeing your family smile without fear. Still, faith is essential. You must stand firm in the place of trust. One have called you to resolute. When people or problems try to derail you, there will always be those who deride your steadfastness. But if you stand unshaken, anchored in my word, you will prevail. I will reveal new insights to your spirit, unveiling more of my heart toward you. The depth of my love will astonish you. You might think, why would God pour out such favor on me? And I say, because you are my precious child, created for my glory. Will you accept your blessing? Will you open your heart to receive what I am so eager to give? Let me soothe your hurts, wipe your tears, and enhold you in my arms. I see your wounded heart. Many experiences have left you doubtful and afraid that I might reject you, but I'm here to help you heal from your past, not to condemn it. I appreciate your candor, and I look for your intentions rather than your vocabulary. I once told you that even faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. Recognize that I value a true but shaky heart more than loud displays intended to bolster your faith. Even a small gesture can bring you to the throne of heaven, where my hand of grace has inscribed your destiny. Wait for my responses, as they are the result of my perfect will. Even if you are unable to see the full picture, I ask that you maintain your composure and remember what I have said. When anxiety strikes, tell yourself that God is my Father, my Shepherd, my Provider, and the one who always comes to my aid. Continue following my instructions and don't veer to the left or right when you should stay on the course that leads to life, because tomorrow can bring new distractions. I care about every aspect of your well-being, and I want your family to live in harmony and free from destructive disagreements. Illusions or enticements are meant to divert your thoughts from me. Instead, fill your heart with my word so that lies cannot break your faith. Unlike the world's peace, which breaks down at the first sign of stress, my peace rests deep within your heart and keeps flowing even as you walk in together in oneness. Suffering, you came to me in your hour of need, and I have been commended for my prompt answer. Even though you might not notice it, rejoice in the fact that the miracle is happening and take comfort in my company by resting on my everlasting arms. Allow my words to flow over you like a calm stream so that you can feel better and be released from the stress that has been weighing you down. In the past, you may have believed that your shortcomings had permanently distanced you from me, but never forget that my love is stronger than your darkest day and greater than your worst moment. I love you too much to abandon you in despair, and I will show you my devotion day after day if you hold on to hope even when you are too tired to pray. My spirit intercedes with groans too deep for words. Therefore, I do not cast you aside just because you have no more energy. I am here specifically because I understand how precious you are in my views, and I want to refute any falsehood that suggests you are not deserving. You are important and equally important to everyone else. I have a special place in my heart for each and every one of my children. Don't let the enemy's taunts make you feel inferior or unworthy. Instead, trust that I have selected you for a purpose. I hope you'll be selfless. When the morning dawns and you wipe the sleep from your eyes, I want your family to thrive in love, protected and blessed by my hand. When you pause to think in prayer, that is my spirit communicating to you. I am ready to share my plans with you, to show you how my blessings are tailored for your journey, and as you focus on my promises, negative thoughts must flee. I long to show you important truths, like the fact that you are called to extend the same love you receive to those around you, including family, friends, and strangers, because they are valuable enough to accept the miracles I intend to perform in your life. Yes, Lord, I put myself in your hands. Please allow me to heal your heart and pour my peace and tranquility into your thoughts, calming the raging anxieties. Imagine entering a river of pure crystal. You feel rejuvenated as the waters wash away the toxins of bitterness, the dust of regret, and the remnants of shame. Joy, a sense of security you haven't felt in a long time, and a season of struggles where you felt abandoned, but loneliness doesn't have to control your future. Today, I offer my strength to uplift your spirits and drive away discouragement. Let my promises never leave your lips, speak them with conviction. If loneliness tries to return, boldly declare that I am with you always. If you feel overwhelmed by life's responsibilities, come to me, and I will give you rest. Remember every day that I am your shepherd, the one who makes sure you won't want my perfect provision, meeting all your needs so you can walk fearlessly. I sit you by streams of living water so you can bear fruit and bless others. If you're hungry for true, lasting love, come to me. If you're crying for reasons you can't express, know that my arms are open. No earthly being can match the depth of my unwavering love, the healing of my presence, or the unwavering loyalty I offer. My blessings are free and require no payment. Human relationships can promise kindness but frequently demand something in return. People may appear patient or friendly but vanish when you have nothing left to give. As we move forward together, I want your heart, your faith, and your determination to break bad habits and start again. I want you to extend your faith toward a better future, believing that patience is essential. Allow your lips to say, Lord, I give up, and I respond, I receive your faith, my beloved child. Get ready, for I heard your request and saw your tears, and now I'm here to confirm my promises. The amazing shower of benefits that I shall shower upon you when you feel tired, don't be afraid, I come with new strength for your body and clarity for your spirit. As you absorb my words, let them ignite a flame of passion within you, encouraging you to keep going. You might notice a stirring in your soul, a desire to taste victory. Yes, that is me. The triumph I give flows from my throne of grace. You will see tangible rewards for your steadfast endurance, for your determination not to give up. Lay claim to the crown of life that I have promised those who persevere. Fanning the glimmer of optimism, I can't stand to see my kids shattered by demoralizing illnesses or false hopes. Nighttime can bring endless thoughts, but I am the one who protects you while you sleep. Listen for my soft voice in your dreams, reminding you that my love never sleeps or slumbers. Imagine the morning sunlight caressing your cheeks as I gently run my hand over your head, offering you renewed resolve to face whatever lies ahead. Yes, you will see the sweetness of restoration in your family relationships, which you thought were irreparably strained. A healing wind will blow into your home, removing bitterness and resentment. I will bring trustworthy people into your life, whose hearts radiate kindness. If you continue to mourn the past, you will prevent yourself from accepting the new blessings I bring. Sorrow's imprisonment, you may question why I am giving you the freedom to rise beyond your fear, and I ask that you return the favor by cherishing the grace I am giving you. My response is straightforward, Lord, why do you choose to bless someone like me? When your success starts to materialize and people see you succeeding and finding happiness, don't give up on us. No matter how strong you get, you are still my beloved child. Spend time with me and enjoy the intimacy that feeds your soul. Never forget the special place you hold in my heart when I return what has always been yours to claim. My love sees past events, resolve, sincerity, and willingness to strive for good even in storms. Your path has not been easy, you have encountered unwarranted criticism and malicious rumors, but I assure you that none of those things can extinguish the light I have placed within you. If someone tries to harm you, let them plan and scheme, but if they do, your confidence will not be shaken because you walk in my protection. Others notice the brightness that emanates from your life, and my presence upsets those who despise the truth, but my shield over you is unbreakable. While you can sleep soundly, some of these critics are unable to sleep because they are so overcome with jealousy that they spend their evenings planning how to hurt you. See that I watch over you. The enemies who mocked you face their own struggles. Their families suffer the consequences of refusing my counsel. Many times I reached out to guide them, but they turned away in pride. You on the other hand recognized that I held answers to the battles you faced. You surrendered your life to my will, believing my words with no trace of doubt, and indeed not everyone around you has done the same. They hold me responsible for their disappointments rather than seeing how their own choices lead them astray. You however realize that your joy does not depend on human circumstances but on me alone. Because of that you will grow mightier in spirit, unwavering in hope. Even your adversaries might come asking how you found such peace. This, dear one, is just the beginning. Greater blessing awaits if you continue your faithful journey. Keep that vibrant hope alive, for it fuels you to endure any obstacle. I promise never to leave you alone, not in trouble nor in triumph. Cling to this reality: you are never abandoned. Put your problems in front of me because, like a kind doctor, I have seen them and determined that they are resolved. I look at your hidden wounds, I put my healing balm right where you suffer, and I tell you that even if you don't always feel my presence, I'm always at your side and my word is unwavering. I promise to stay with you every day and night, and it wasn't a hollow promise, not because you earned it by being flawless, but rather because I love you more than you can comprehend. Trust me, and don't run away when things get tough. If you rush or act in a panic, you run the risk of undermining what I am arranging for you. Your life and your loved ones are in my hands, protected by armies of angels. Sometimes the fiercest battles occur just before victory breaks through. Stand your ground and watch how your spiritual enemies fall before you. Stand your ground and see how my strength outlasts every threat. Patience is crucial. I provide for all of your needs, including wound healing, spiritual nutrition, and bodily provision. Stay wise. Keep your eyes on me and be careful to cultivate your health, tranquility, and the blessings I bestow upon you. You may boast, but their short-lived success is based on sand. Your roots dig into the firm foundation of my truth. Yes, you asked me to prove my love, and now I'm speaking to your spirit once more, comforting your soul, healing the hurts of your past, and planting new dreams for tomorrow. I assure you of a future full of goodness and prosperity of heart. My sacred promises are written in my word, shining like guiding stars in a dark sky, and they stand firm when everything else fails. You may experience setbacks, but my promises are your motivation to keep going. You won't be alone in both triumph and adversity. Do you believe this? I want you to answer unwaveringly yes. There will be days when your mind is attacked by doubts, and that's when you lean on me more. When confusion clouds your thoughts, letting me calm your heart and revealing your doubts will help me erase the shadows of anxiety. My presence can calm your anxieties more softly than any human reassurance. You have accompanied me through many moments of revelation, allowing my words to reassure you and bolster your faith, but there is more I want you to embrace, more assurance and guidance I want to pour into your soul. I see your desire to come closer to me in order to comprehend my will and to feel the fullness of my love. Take a deep breath, quiet your thoughts, and let this be a sacred time where you are in my presence. My word is your compass, guiding you back to my heart. I take pleasure in guiding my children. My dearest child is with you, calming all of your worries and preparing your heart for even greater blessings. You have asked me about the future, wondering how your life could possibly unfold in the miraculous ways I have promised. I see not only who you are, but who you will become through faith. I see the seeds of courage, compassion, and wisdom buried deep within you, ready to flourish under my tender care. When you were younger, it was easy to become distracted by trivial details or unimportant pursuits, but gradually you realized that your spirit yearned for something much deeper, a purpose that goes beyond transient desires. You found that I was gently urging you to walk closely with me the entire time. I know that even now, you occasionally struggle with doubt, wondering if I will actually see these promises come to pass and whether life will truly be transformed the way you describe. The answer is yes. My ability to bless you has never been limited by circumstances. You have tasted my goodness as you remember each instance of my faithfulness. Let it be the fuel that pushes away all hesitations. Think back to the times I carried you when you felt like you couldn't go any farther. Remember how provision arrived when you thought all resources were depleted. Now that you see your future from heaven's perspective, which may only show the obstacles, you know that I have never failed you and I will not fail you. Individual flaws. You may believe that I am too imperfect to be used by God, but I assert that my power is made perfect in your weakness. You may claim that I have stumbled too many times, but I whisper that I mend the broken places. You may have a painful past or a fear of the unknown, but my voice calls you beyond those barriers. You were created for impact, holiness, and profound joy. I want to talk to you about trust. Trust is like a garden that needs constant care, just as a gardener carefully waters and prunes each plant. You must constantly nourish your faith in me if you only occasionally consider my promises, glancing at them briefly when trouble arises. However, when you intentionally spend time in my presence praying and absorbing my word, your trust grows robust then even in the face of adversity. You may feel alone or unimportant, but I declare over you that you are a child of the King, precious in my eyes. Your faith endures like a strong tree that is unfazed by strong winds during times of bewilderment or grief, and eventually your life bears fruitful deeds of kindness. Peace in the midst of chaos, joy that defies logic, and a willingness to help others discover the hope you have found. Let me tell you a simple parable. Imagine two farmers living next to each other in a region that is prone to drought. One farmer plants seeds year after year, but he lives in constant fear that there won't be any rain, so he puts in very little effort and refuses to expand his fields or fertilize the soil. The other farmer, on the other hand, believes that rain will eventually fall, so he cultivates a larger field, carefully nourishing the ground. When the rain finally falls, the second farmer reaps a bountiful harvest, while the first farmer laments his lack of faith. In a similar manner, I want you to move forward in expectation. If you live in fear of disappointment, you limit how much you receive, but if you step out in faith even when the future is uncertain, you position yourself for the downpour of my blessings. You are never promised a life completely free of trials, but you can be sure that my presence will redeem every hardship and turn it into a stepping stone on your journey. Victory, I want you to know, is not just the absence of challenges, rather, it is the certainty that no matter what happens, I am with you working everything for your good. Relationships were repaired by financial breakthroughs. Even with a healthy body and emotional holes, the most important triumph of all is the unbreakable bond you create with me, the anchor that keeps your soul safe no matter how turbulent things get in the past. You might have found it difficult to give up some aspects of your life to my guidance at one point, or you might have trusted me with your spiritual life but believed you should manage your relationships or career on your own, my child. I ask that you give me everything. My knowledge is boundless. I know precisely which work settings will bring out your special talents, I know who you are supposed to bless, and I know how to assist you in managing your finances so that you can live a peaceful and meaningful life. Instead of feeling anxious, I want you to dare to dream anew and envision not just a minor improvement but a significant transformation. Nothing you entrust to me is ever wasted, on the contrary, everything you continue to withhold out of pride or fear is a continual source of aggravation. When I call you to a new place or a new season, it's not for your destruction but for your growth. Remember how I transformed Gideon, who was once afraid and hiding, into a powerful warrior. Remember how I guided Joseph from prison to a position of authority in a foreign country. Know that I don't choose people based on their qualifications. Comfort zones to demonstrate to them that I have the ability to create a path where none appears to exist. If you hold on to me, you will see doors open, rivers form in arid wilderness, and hope blossom where despair once flourished. However, let me also talk about humility. Many people in this world mistakenly believe that humility is a sign of weakness or low self-esteem. Humility, on the other hand, stands in awe of my kindness and gratefully accepts blessings. Humility shares testimonies of my miracles not to boast but to demonstrate to others that what I have done for you is something I am willing and able to do for them. True humility is simply acknowledging your dependence on me and realizing that I alone deserve glory for the wonders I perform in your life. Pride may also say I did it all by myself. A greater level of connection with me is made possible by genuine humility. You won't fall for the delusions of independence if you maintain your humility. Instead, you'll keep coming back to me. The source of power and knowledge, making sure that your triumphs don't break your soul. Allow me to share with you another part of my heart. I want to see harmony and unity in your relationships. When animosity arises, friendships and families fall apart. Misunderstandings or jealousy cause the enmity to grow. I enjoy sowing the seeds of suspicion and offense, but I hope to see my kids choose patience over impetuous rage, speak life lessons instead of criticism, and humbly forgive one another. I want you to protect your heart from resentment because it silently corrodes the soul, creating a wall between you and other people. It also makes it difficult to pray because bitterness makes it difficult to receive or give grace. Yes, there will be moments when you feel mistreated, but every time you let it out, you refuse to allow it to affect you. Fester, you show that your faith is sincere and that you put your faith in my justice above your desire for refusing to allow old wounds to fester is what revenge forgiveness is all about, not downplaying the harm that was done. Describe your future. Another important lesson I wish to instill in you is the value of perseverance. Perseverance is the determination to keep going forward in the face of delayed results. Many people begin a good work with great zeal but give up when success is delayed. If you only evaluate progress with your physical eyes, you might be tempted to give up on the path I have set for you, but your spiritual eyes will see that I am often working underground, behind the scenes, creating the ideal conditions for the harvest. Think of a farmer waiting for crops to ripen. Instead of digging up seeds in frustration because he cannot see sprouts within days, he waits in hope, trusting that growth occurs in hidden ways. So, wait upon me with a confident heart, praying faithfully, persevering in good deed actions, and believing that no act of obedience goes unnoticed. Let's talk about purpose. Many individuals go through life wondering why they are here. They seek excitement or amass material belongings, but there is always a sense of emptiness. I gave each person a distinct design that is a reflection of my own creativity. When you connect with my plan, you stop wasting time attempting to be someone else. Your gifts, personality traits, hobbies, and life experiences all come together to build a tapestry of purpose. You accept the fate I have planned for you, and when that alignment provides you true fulfillment, you understand that every breath you take can be an act of worship and an expression of thanks for the life I have given you. I murmur in the back of your mind. Direction, putting dreams on your heart that align with my kingdom values of justice, mercy, truth, and love will give your life a vibrant significance that nothing earthly can match. Let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a posture of the heart that allows you to view your circumstances through the lens of my goodness. It is not the denial of sorrow or setbacks, but the decision to thank me even in the face of adversity. This decision opens doors in the spiritual realm because when you maintain a thankful spirit, you dethrone negativity and cease elevating your problems and begin to exalt the one who is above all problems. Being thankful makes you happy, and being happy protects you from covetousness, that pernicious craving that always longs for something else. A grateful heart magnifies what it has rather of dwelling on what it lacks. By practicing gratitude every day and counting even the smallest benefits, you open the door for even bigger expressions of God's favor, though you may still be concerned about your own frailty. My mercy is so powerful that, when you come to me with a repentant heart, I wash you with tender compassion. I do not hold your past transgressions over your head. Instead, I lift you up and place your feet on stable ground, strengthening you so that you learn and grow. Lord, you think I have stumbled so many times, disappointed you, and others let fear overshadow my faith or said words I regret. How can I possibly stand in your presence without shame, my child? I take pleasure in restoration, not judgment, and I don't want you to. Instead of being paralyzed by guilt, I want you to be freed by the knowledge that my son's sacrifice atones for all of your sins. It's as if every day is a fresh start, free from the mistakes of the past, and prepared to move on with confidence. Let's also discuss letting go of harmful behaviors and influences. There are many temptations in the world that offer instant gratification but ultimately leave you feeling depleted, including drugs that dull your senses and provide entertainment that contaminates your thoughts, partnerships that sap your vitality, or relationships that undermine your principles. I mention these things to shield you from damage, not to prevent you from enjoying yourself. When you give your spirit poisonous things or engage in destructive activities, a healthy, uncluttered heart that finds joy in justice gives birth to delight. You burden yourself and make your journey more difficult, but when you let go of UNH's healthy attractions and substitute them with the sustenance of my presence, you find a happiness and tranquility that outweigh any fleeting excitement the world has to give. You never know the ripple effects of a single act of kindness or a word of encouragement spoken in my name. You never know whose life might change because they see your gentle spirit and wonder where you find such serenity. That is how my love spreads one person at a time through countless small reflections of my character. The more you walk in alignment with me, the brighter you shine and the more you guide others toward the light, whether you realize it or not. A parable: if you have really experienced my goodness, do not conceal it out of timidity or fear. A lamp is not hidden under a basket, but is shown for everyone to see on a stand. When problems arise with your friends, co-workers, or family, you can gently guide them to my peace by letting them know that I am also close by. Sometimes, all it takes is listening and saying a sincere prayer to allow my compassion to flow through you and help you realize that you don't need to be an expert. Your account of how I have impacted your life, theologian, has genuine power of its own. Miracles often occur in the simplest conversations, in quiet prayers offered in faith, in small gestures of unconditional love. I want to address your dreams and desires once more. Some of your dreams you might have locked away, deeming them too big or too far-fetched. Yet did you ever ask me if I put those desires in your heart for a purpose? Let me remind you, I create nothing without intention. If a particular vision has persisted in your spirit, if it resonates with my heart of love and truth, perhaps it is part of your calling. Surrender it to me. Ask for my guidance on how to move forward. You might be amazed at the roads I open when you step forward in obedience. Of course, not every idea in your mind is from me, which is why discernment matters, but I will confirm my plans through the peace in your spirit, through the counsel of wise believers, and through doors that open at the right time. You do not have to fear being misled when your heart truly seeks to honor me. Let me encourage you not to grow impatient if progress appears slow. In my economy, timing is crucial. Sometimes I delay certain outcomes because your character needs more shaping, your faith needs more refining, or the environment around you is not yet ripe to receive the gift I am preparing. Patience is not passive, it is an active demonstration of trust. It says, Lord, even if I do not see results yet, I believe you are working behind the scenes for my good. That kind of steadfast waiting blesses your soul, deepening your maturity. By the time the awaited blessing finally arrives, you are ready to steward it wisely and gratefully. I want you to develop not just a habit of daily prayer but a deeper conversation with me throughout your day. Prayer should not be a quick ritual you perform out of obligation, rather it is an ongoing dialogue, a posture of your heart that stays open to my gentle whisper. The mind is a battlefield where countless thoughts wage war. Some positive and some harmful voices may accuse you of every flaw, mistake, and reason to feel ashamed, but I want you to arm your mind with truth. If a thought does not align with what I have said about you or about life, set it aside and allow my promises to shape your thought patterns. I love hearing your spontaneous words of gratitude as you notice beauty around you. I also enjoy it when you pause during a busy day to ask me for insight or perspective on a decision. I invite you to share your frustrations as well, because raw honesty fosters intimacy. Think of your thoughts as seeds. If you let negative ones grow, they will become weeds that stifle your faith and joy. However, if you sow positive seeds, like my words of truth and blessing, they will grow into a garden that feeds your soul. Every time you find yourself descending into gloom, talk about my scriptures. Declare my loyalty, strength, and unwavering love. This practice chases away the darkness of despair by changing your inner environment. I can see you're hoping for a breakthrough in some areas where you've been struggling for a long time. I want you to know that breakthroughs can come in many different forms, and sometimes I remove a barrier overnight, surprising you with how quickly things change, or I lead you through a methodical process, teaching you to be persistent and thankful for every inch of progress. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. each of my children has a distinct path that is shaped by their upbringing, their purpose, and my brilliant plan. My methods are beyond human comprehension. Instead of feeling envious of how I progress in someone else's life, concentrate on the special story I am writing with yours and celebrate every little step forward. Before long, you will realize how far you have come from where you were. If you stumble, revert to your old habits, or react out of rage, don't assume that I have abandoned you. You are going through a process of transformation, which includes growth. The enemy wants you to think that a single error disqualifies you from my blessing, but that is a lie. Pains come back to me quickly, acknowledging your mistake once more. I will pick you up, brush off the spiritual dirt, and refocus you on the correct path. I've already witnessed every error you could make, yet my plan to utilize you for my glory still stands. Redemption is part of your heritage in me. I wish to rekindle your hope, so let that reality give you the strength to keep trying. When you cling to short-term fixes or precarious situations, your hope becomes unstable. Instead, cling to me, the one constant, and your hope becomes an unbreakable anchor. Hope can be a delicate thing that is quickly crushed by setbacks or protracted pain, but I am the God of endless hope. In my goodness, hope does not negate reality, rather, it looks beyond it to my ultimate sovereignty, and as long as you allow it to fill your heart, you can still have hope even when things do not seem promising. Your viewpoint changes, and you start to see opportunities where you previously saw only locked doors. You start taking brave little steps toward brighter days, certain that I am working to find a solution that goes beyond what you can see. I'm talking about generosity today. Giving is more than just money, it's a way of life that reflects my heart. When I give you resources, whether they be money, time, or talents, I want you to share them with others. A closed fist cannot receive more blessings, but an open hand that is willing to give also stays open to receive. This principle is not a formula to become wealthy, rather, it is a principle of love for you, and when you give selflessly, whether it's a meal, a listening ear, or a donation to someone in need, you are acting as my vessel of kindness, breaking the cycle of selfishness and fostering a lovely sense of community, my child. I see how sometimes you wonder if your prayers matter or if you are invisible in the vast world. I assure you I know you by name and every detail of your life. Not one tear you shed escapes my notice, not one prayer is lost in the void. I store your tears in a bottle, a poetic way of saying your sorrows are precious to me and I redeem them all. Your cries do not bounce off the ceiling, they rise to my throne and I move on your behalf in ways you cannot imagine. Trust that in the tapestry I am weaving. Each thread of pain finds its place, contributing to a masterpiece that radiates my glory. In the end, sometimes you hold on to memories of past hurts, replaying them as if to confirm your worst fears. I invite you to lay those burdens at my feet. Each time you relive the pain, you inflict new wounds upon your heart. Instead, let me apply the balm of my love to your memories so they no longer hold you captive. Healing does not always mean forgetting what happened, but it does mean reclaiming your power over it. You can learn from past mistakes, from traumas, from betrayals without letting them steal your joy. If you put your most broken experiences in my hands, I can bring beauty out of them. I want to inspire you to keep forming wholesome bonds with people who uphold your faith, fellowship with believers who push you to grow, pray for you, and share in your joys and sorrows. When you feel misunderstood, it might be easy to isolate yourself, but doing so frequently results in a deeper sense of loneliness. By interacting with people, you can create a support network that mirrors my family's structure. Prayer and love from the community strengthen you against the discouragement that can occasionally seep into lonely hearts. Although disagreements and human frailties are inevitable, a strong Christian community fosters grace, accountability, and edification of one another. Find such friends and be one of them. This is how love grows and my presence becomes more palpable in your life. Now, let me address your worry about your deservingness of my blessings. You see people who appear more spiritual, disciplined during devotions, or more versed in the Bible, and you worry that perhaps you don't measure up. However, I don't work by human standards of deservingness. My love is unconditional, and my capacity to work through you depends on your willingness rather than your flawless performance. I have more to say about your family, the people you hold dear, and how relationships can be your greatest joy or your deepest pain. You are worthy because I have chosen you, and you are acceptable because I have cleansed you by my grace. My kingdom is advanced by ordinary people who simply say yes to an extraordinary God. So put aside the comparisons and rejoice that my gifts are diverse and that we all play a part in the grand symphony of redemption I am orchestrating. I can see your desire for harmony in your home, for old wounds to be healed, for prodigal loved ones to return, so keep praying and never give up. I am a God who enjoys mending broken relationships, but sometimes it takes patience, time, and a willingness to go through an awkward reconciliation process if you let my wisdom guide you.